Hey guys, what's up? I am back with the brand new video and it's time to do a check out the performance of the Redmi 10 against the Redmi Note 10. And guys, the Redmi Note 10 is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 678 processor with 4GB of RAM. I don't have the 6GB of RAM variant of the Redmi Note 10. While on the Redmi 10, we have a MediaTek Helio G88 chipset with 6GB of RAM. On the back, we have a quad cameras on both phones. We have a 48 megapixel main camera on the Redmi Note 10, while on the Redmi 10 we have a 50 megapixel main camera. So I am really excited to see that how is the Redmi Note 10 is stack up against the Redmi 10 in apps opening speed as well as in the boot up test. And now let's see that how much a difference between a Snapdragon 678 versus a MediaTek Helio G88 chipset inside the Redmi 10. So without any wasting time, let's get right into it. Now let's see the boot up test. Like always, now let's quickly boot both of these phones up at the same time. Here we go. And the logo is here more faster on the Redmi Note 10 as compared to the Redmi 10, and guys, on both phones is running on Android 11, and also we have a MIUI version 12.5 on both phones, so that's really good thing. Looks like the Redmi Note 10 faster there, which has a Snapdragon 678 processor, and you can see, and the Redmi Note 10 is more faster when it comes to booting up. So you can see that, while the Redmi 10 now it is also done, and you can see about 4 or 5 second difference between these two devices. And guys, now let's talk about the display between these two devices. And guys, we have a Full HD IPS LCD display with 90Hz refresh rate on the Redmi 10, while on the Redmi Note 10 we have a Full HD Super AMOLED display with 60Hz refresh rate. And both phones also has a punch hole, and the punch hole it is more smaller on the Redmi Note 10 as compared to the Redmi 10. So I like the display quality on the Redmi Note 10 because I like Super AMOLED display over a IPS LCD display with higher refresh rate display. So now let's see apps opening speed. Everything's closed up in the background, and you can see no application is running in the background. So now let's see phone dialer, some system based application that is a little bit more faster on the Redmi Note 10 if I'm not wrong. So next on the list is the settings, exactly the same on both phones. Now let's go to the display, and you can see we have 90Hz refresh rate on the Redmi 10, while on the Redmi Note 10 we have 60Hz refresh rate. Now let's check out some more application. Now let's see Amazon shopping, and exactly the same on both phones, no difference here. So now let's see the scrolling, that is yes, more smoother on the Redmi. And guys, also on the 90Hz it is not really stable on the Redmi 10. Now let's check out some games application. Now let's see that how much a difference between a Snapdragon 678 versus a MediaTek Helio G88. Now let's see Candy Crush Saga launching at the same time, faster on the Redmi Note 10, but you can see that at the end both phones is perform exactly the same. And guys, also we have a dual speakers on the Redmi 10, and guys, we also have a dual speakers on both phones, which is, let me show you. In case here is the speakers of the Redmi 10. Now let's show the speakers of the Redmi Note 10. And you can see Redmi Note 10 has a more bass, so Instagram exactly the same. Let's see Snapchat, faster on the Redmi Note 10. Let's see Spotify, that is exactly the same. Let's see Subway Surfer, and looks like the both phones is perform very similar. And you can see this time the Redmi Note 10 it is a little bit more faster there. Let's see Temperament 2, last game application we have in this speed test, and that is more faster on the Redmi 10. So you can see that the performance it is, I feel, more better on the Redmi 10, but Super AMOLED display it is a really big deal for me. Redmi 10 is done. Now the Redmi Note 10 it is also done, and you can see about 1 or 2 second difference in this application. Let's see Twitter, faster on the Redmi 10. Zedge, faster on the Redmi 10 as compared to the Redmi Note 10. So now let's see the scrolling, and that is more smoother, yes, on the Redmi 10 as compared to the Redmi Note 10. So last time I'm launching the cameras on both phones, default camera app. Now let's see that which one is going to be the fastest one. more faster on the Redmi 10 as compared to the Redmi Note 10. Again, we have a 48 megapixel main camera, while on the Redmi 10 we have a 50 megapixel main camera. Now let's see internet browsing speed. I am seeing for Google Chrome on both phones. Now let's see Wikipedia.org. Faster on the Redmi Note 10 as compared to the Redmi 10. Let's see the scrolling. Yes, in the start a little bit like always, but more smoother again on the Redmi 10. Now let's open this English. Again, very similar on both phones. Now let's see the scrolling. More smoother, yes, on the Redmi 10 as compared to the Redmi. So guys, now let's see RAM management on both phones. We have 4 GB of RAM on the Redmi Note 10, while on the Redmi 10 we have 6 GB of RAM. Now let's see that who is performed good in the RAM management. Now let's see phone dialer, that is not refresh. Let's see settings, no refresh. Amazon shopping, that cart refresh on both phones. And also I see a little bit lag in the recent apps menu. As you can see, not really stable on both phones. So let's see Candy Crush Saga, refresh. Instagram, refresh. Let's see Snapchat, refresh. Let's see Spotify, no refresh, I have to say. Subway Surfer, refresh. Let's see Temperance 2, that is not refresh. Let's see Twitter, that is seems like refresh. Zedge, no refresh. Last, we are back to the internet browser where we left, and you can see. And guys, overall I have to say regarding the app's opening speed, as you can see that and the Redmi 10 perform a little bit more faster as compared to the Redmi Note 10 in game app loading time. I would say that in system-based application and both phones is perform very similar in terms of the RAM device, and both phones is perform very similar in the RAM management. So that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Redmi 10 versus the Redmi Note 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.